Alright, looks like we got all the bells and whistles a-going. Let me pull up my OneNote. Where's my OneNote? There it is. Just in case, because with you people, there's no telling what happens. Anyways, welcome again to another episode of Warcraft, Fangs of the Moon. I hope you guys enjoy this evening's entertainment, and perhaps any Spartacus reference or Gladiator references aside, we'll see what we can't do about having some fun. Hope you guys have a good night, and let's see what adventure awaits us in the world of Warcraft. Lock, flip. Warcraft, Fangs of the Moon, Episode 4. After clearing a harrowing journey into the cave, our party found several villagers in need of aid. Oriana had guided them outside the cave to aid in recovery, and step by step they cleared each nook as they could. Finding some hostile forces in one of the rooms, they were forced to fight a statue, or what seemed to be one. And finally felling the foe, the Fangs of the druid Audric were set to explore the whole cave. Saving one last villager, the cave was seemingly clear, and the group heads back to the sleepy town of Menethil Harbor. But what does the stanza hold for our group? Will the melody of Elune light their way? Oh, wrong one.
That's what every role player wants to hear. It was seemingly clear.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry, guys. It seems perfectly safe.
Well, I can't tell you straight up.
I know.
Yes
I
or
know.
no? It's clear. Yes or no? There we go. Loading in, loading in, loading in, loading in.
I see you're registering.
Oh, no, not you.
Which one is right?
Nobody wants to see the ads. Nobody wants to see the ads. Skip. There we go.
What if it's super liberal ad that's been going through YouTube recently? Like, every time I see it.
Who threw the dice into the middle of my ocean?
What do you think? It's not me.
Not me. My dice are fine.
It's always you. You're
No,
always
see, there's
messing
this
with
random
me.
half-floating drawer over here. It's clearly not my fault.
Okay, those are my dice then. They're my dice now. Yoink.
These won't go away. Go away. There we go.
Yeah, which ones? And I can turn them off. Okay. No touch anything. No touch anything, because I'm going to save this as is, because why not? Overwrite, please. Thank you. There we go. So, you two are making your way back with the entire village, or with the remnants of the cave. They're on your way back to Menethil Harbor. Slowly coming to. You can see the outlines of the village, or of the town, the walls, an occasional griffin rider on it coming by every now and then. You two are both level 3. What did you do to level up? How did you roleplay it out, please?
I persevered through having my teeth glued to a statue full of poison goo, and then I bit the statue in half while my mouth was glued to it, and I'm like, wow, I had more perseverance than I thought I did.
That worked?
Oriana reflected on the dangers of the cave and how she kind of came close to death like twice. And after the symbol was burned onto her hand, she prayed to Elune on her way back. And prayed for shielding and protection. And as she was walking, she started realizing two new spells that she thinks she can probably use that will help her better be safe in combat.
Oh, very nice. All right. As you two are leading this entire troop, the little girl has locked onto your hand, Oriana, and she's skipping with you now, and just kind of keeping pace with you and just being happy. The little boy has managed to find his way up to the dog and had petted the dog, but he's also following you, Audric, and is military marching as close as he can behind you. Since you seem to have been leading the group from the cave. And strangely enough, if y'all look over and see Kaisier, he's carrying the young lady who had been knocked unconscious, almost killed from the cave. And in his tall frame, she kind of looks almost childlike, but he's been carrying her this entire time.
The one who still looks like Oriana?
No, this is the one, the last one that you rescued, that you had to.
The last one we rescued.
Yeah, the very
Got
last
stabbed a
one.
couple times by the trident.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that now.
We heard her screams as we were saving her.
Yeah.
She's better now.
she's stabilized. She definitely.
We had one leftover Goodberry, I think, so you can have that.
And she's sitting there drooling on Kaisier's leather tunic. I don't think she can actually, eat anything. Or leather poncho, sorry. He's got a poncho on.
We'll just stick it in her mouth and make her chew. There you go. Swallow. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, as you two are leading this group of refugees out of the camp, or out of the cave, towards the village, you notice a couple of shiny things on the horizon, coming from the city. The best way to put it right now is shiny things. As time goes on, you start noticing it's the glint of spears and helmets, as the guard are now coming out to meet you. Standing at the front is somebody in plate armor. Audric, give me a perception smelling test.
Do 14 plus, I believe, 5. Yes, 19.
Dang it.
Okay.
Dang, that's a good spot.
As they come walking out towards you, you catch the hints of his cologne, and you know exactly who this is.
Oh, goody.
It appears he's gathered up enough forces, and the guard have started heading towards you guys, or headed towards the cave. They meet you about halfway, just outside the city, but they meet you in such a way that they've kind of like, wow, what? We were just cool. Glad you guys did something. Y'all are really good. Something.
I go up to the guy, and I'm like, well, I'm glad it seems like you're trying to put your spear to good use, but why don't you go ahead and just stab me, since I saved the mayor and all the people in the town thanks to me and my friend here. Good thing we didn't get stabbed to death by incompetent guards earlier.
Well, would you have
He's
preferred
speechless.
if...
What a surprise.
Tilts his head over at Oriana and looks back.
Everyone,
there
you're
anything else
home
we need to
again.
do?
No thanks to your guards.
Is there anything else you would have us do? I tried to gather...
Stab us? Yes, we saw that.
Is there anything
Actually,
else
I
you
do
would
have
have us
some
do?
things. My clothes need to be washed. We could use some more supplies. And also, we need some place to sleep that's not outside, but not in that inn full of smoke. Do you think you could take care of some of those things?
I'm not authorized to give you all of that.
Well, talk to the mayor. I'm sure she can figure it out.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
As the mayor, who is sitting inside the, or who's walking with you guys, because she was one of the ones who was captive, is laughing her rear end off. She just pats you on the shoulder, Oriana, and says, "It's all right. I will take care of it. Don't worry. We'll get you set up. Get you a nice little reward. You there, Russell, I believe. Go make sure the cave is cleared out and look through, search every nook and cranny. Make sure if there's any information that we need, go ahead and gather it up as you can. All right."
Yes, Russell, I think you should get right on that.
He just goes. He ignores you completely.
Wait, I have a
Oriana.
question. Are her eyes still glowing blue, or did that stop?
By now, that has stopped.
Okay, what did she do with that headband strip of cloth that she was wearing?
It's still wrapped around my arm.
Dang it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the little girl is holding on to the other hand. It's not, being cradled and babied.
Actually, I probably wrapped it around my hand because that probably stung for a little while. Just like making sure it wasn't a wound or something.
Yeah, it would have hurt. Since it did 1 point of damage, it would have hurt. But yeah, the guard ignores you, Oriana, and just right away, ma'am. Yes, come in, and they all walk past you. What are your all's passive perceptions, real quick? Oh, that.
Wait, I got distracted. What was the name of the guy?
Russell.
Russell.
Russell?
Okay, I was gonna write it down and then I got distracted.
Shame on you.
My passive perception is 12.
Mine is 15.
Dang, how do you have such great perception? Well, that's right. It's me. That's why.
Okay. In this case, Oriana, you do not see this, actually, because he just barely made your passive perception.
I'm smugly watching Russell go.
That's why. But you, Audric, you catch on the wind is a foul scent. You know what the scent is. You've been around it a little bit. It is a scent of fell magic and can easily be traced to the demon hunters. So somebody is following you from the demon hunters. Whether or not they make their appearance is another story, but they are at least following you and noting your presence.
I'll just, I guess, as we continue to walk towards the town, I'll make my way over to Kaisier and just ask him. So, one of your number is keeping an eye on us?
He is guarding our flank, or at least trying to. His attempts at stealth today are, how would Oriana put it? Pathetic. But
I see.
Either way,
Well,
he's trying.
I'd be comforted by the fact that he's keeping an eye on us, except for the fact that if we get tortured, he'll probably just let us be tortured for 2 hours. I just keep walking.
Except you didn't catch that one.
Stalking hasn't really proved to be their forte yet.
At least so far. But as y'all get drawn nearer to the town, there's a few remaining guard who are guarding the gates and whatnot, the bridge, trying to make sure that everything's still there. But when they see you coming, it's a sense of who is this large group of people coming at us, and then change to, oh, these people have been saved. Oh, wow! And they now start not quite signaling the trumpet calls, because fanfare is not exactly looked upon in this small little town. Too many people sleeping in the homes over next door, so they don't want to wake them up and all that. And they want to keep the sleepy atmosphere. But as y'all come through, the mayor takes up a position on the forefront of the group and is now leading everybody in, and is trying to make a display of it to those who are coming out to see, and is thanking you.
Do I see that one guard that I tried to offer a chance to come with us for glory and fame and rescuing the mayor? Do I see that guard anywhere?
Yeah, that was Russell who went on.
No, that was the guy who tried to spear us. Remember when we were leaving the town, there was like some random guard, and I was like, hey, you should follow us if you want like to help rescue the mayor. It'll be awesome. Then he just laughed. Or the other guy laughed or something at him.
It was different. It was a different
guy.
Okay.
Well, anyways, if I see that guy, I just like mouth at him like, this could have been you. You could have been helping us.
Okay.
We are such humble saviors. We're just so humble.
So much humility.
Hey, I'm chaotic good. I'm trying to be chaotic good.
I am filled with humility. Can you not sense the humility coming from me? You should bask in my presence of humility.
Hey, I'm lawful good. That ain't not humble either.
Well, nonetheless, everybody starts looking at you, and some are exclaiming, wow, and all this, and there's a couple of families who run up, and they take the small boy and a small girl, and they hold them really tight. Reunion of families, of course, is always great, and it fills you with a sense of pride, or at least attempts to, unless you choose not to, that you've saved the life of this small family, two small families, and the dog continues to follow you, Audric. He doesn't return to the family with the boy. He follows you.
Audric, can you actually talk to the dog? Like, do wolves and dogs have similar language?
I don't know. Do they, GM? Also, I would like to note that I do feel very happy that we reunited the family back together.
All right. Yeah, there is a at least familial similarity between the languages, quote unquote, for canines. Wolves have a little bit more of a wild nature, quote unquote.
So it's like, well,
I guess I will try to ask the dog, hey, don't you want to go back with your family pack over there that way?
I am with my pack.
Welcome aboard!
What? We have to give him a name now! I don't know what's appropriate though, what's a canine appropriate name?
Well, we don't have to give him a name. What is your name, good sir?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's better, better.
They call me Siegfried! And sometimes, no, get off of that, and go outside, and a few other things. But mostly Siegfried. Thank you.
He said his name is Siegfried. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Can you turn into the wolf again so I can smell you?
I can do it in an hour or so. I'm sort of tired right now, though.
I start scratching his ears and I rub the underneath his chin like that.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Squirrel! Oh, no, this is good. He just seems to be accepting it, and Audric, you hear him just kind of going, "This is good."
I haven't had a pet in almost 100 years. It's so great to have one again.
He's just sitting there.
We'll make sure that you get all the best food. Well, not all of the best food. I'm sure that Audric likes to eat most of the best food, but mostly close to the best food you'll get.
What did she say?
And then what does that leave for you?
Well, I mean, I'm a priestess. We eat whatever's left. We're very holy like that.
Ah, excellent.
Not that one.
Although I always stuck to the table first.
Can't believe I closed out that notepad. Don't want to close out that one. Anyways,
well,
as y'all are tending to the dog and whatnot, Kaisiar kind of steps forward past you guys towards the kind of church-looking building that they have, at least the temple to the light, as the priestess that y'all found in the cave is leading him and the young lady that he's carrying. Do, 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 do. Don't know if I ever gave her a name. Oh well. Anyway, she's Harriet. Harriet Livingston, and she's helping Cassier get the young lady into some proper care and healing.
Harriet is
the lady who, yeah, Harriet is the priestess.
The priestess of light.
Yes.
Well, we rescued everyone. We have a dog now. We still have several weeks until your friends show back up. So
6 days, but okay.
Well, we haven't found anything out about that shape-shifting demon. Hopefully it wasn't hiding as one of the townspeople.
Are you sure it wasn't the lady that left? Maybe she was the shape-shifting demon. Maybe the demon hunters were mistaken.
Don't demon hunters have the ability to sense demons? I look like I see her. Did you sense any demons?
He's over helping the lady who was injured into the Church of Light, so he's a little bit farther away from you than could be plausible to carry normal conversation. AKA, he's far away.
Well, I guess we'll have to ask Kaisier when he gets back if he sensed any demons.
I suppose, but I think today we've done quite enough.
Is it about this time? If you wish to oppose this, you may. But is it about this time that both of your arms are scooped up and you are both pulled along, as the mayor has decided to basically take you to the inn?
The inn where Oriana said that she didn't want to go?
It's the only inn in town. You may choose to resist if you wish.
What?
I'm like,
going this way.
oh, it's fine.
No, come on. We must celebrate. We are now. We are alive. We must celebrate life. And she carries you forward into the hall.
Can I use my druid craft to try to create a nice breeze of fresh air in the tavern?
I changed the fires, so hopefully it's not smoky. Boom! Hey! And she carries you both in to the bar and orders a round of drinks from the bartender. And literally looks at both of you two. And
My scroll wheel is broken. What's happening? I can't zoom in.
I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault.
There's nothing worse than the scroll wheel being broken.
I think I turned on some weird setting because every time I mouse over some figure on the map, it shows a giant zoom-in version of them. Is there some button that I'm missing here?
That one I'm not sure. I've not seen that one yet. That could...
Oh, it was the Alt button. It activates a zoom object.
Oh, that's helpful. I could use that next time.
It shows you like the zoom-in 3D model of whatever you hover over. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't look as smoky. It's true. Still a lot of fire hazard on wooden tables here.
It's the best fire I could find that wasn't gonna smoke everybody out. I could have actually chosen another one that was actually smokier. I don't know how that's possible, but...
Have an asthma attack as soon as we stepped in.
Yep. But either way, she looks at both of you as She ushers you to the bar and says, "What will you be drinking?"
Yes. Yes.
I'll have some Gilnean ale or whatever.
All right.
Suppose you don't have any moon. No. Yeah, Gilnean ale sounds fine.
I know exactly what you were going to say, and I'm going to bring it up here in a second, too. But the bartender says, all right, let's see here, and starts fumbling for an unopened barrel on the side, and he corks it open and pours both of you out a glass of Gilnean ale and hands it to you. There we go. Should be the finest in my establishment. It is, as you can tell, fresh from the barrel.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And Mayor is, and she nods. She's like going like this, and he's like, "All right, on the house. Y'all enjoy it."
No, I enjoy it more than I know that's on the house.
Yeah, the mayor drags us in here. Let's go celebrate. Okay, you guys can pay for your own drinks.
Yes, you pay for your own drink. First one's free, but everything else, no, you have to pay triple price.
Hey, Russell tried to stab me. It's impossible.
That's true. That is true.
Possibly. But as y'all are enjoying the drinks and whatnot that have been brought in, the mayor has sat you down and is getting a little bit of information about your history, what you've been doing, or at least what you were doing before you came to Menethil. As some of the other refugees or escapees from the cave are filtering in, you notice that the ship captain hugs the giant knight in the corner that's been was taking names, and he has stopped taking names now, and he is now holding the captain very tightly.
The guy who was very suspiciously threatening us before.
Who is being used as a threatening tool, I should say. But yes.
I think they're a little closer than Captain and Knight.
Well, hopefully the captain likes us now, not to threaten us, since now we saved her.
I should hope so, but people are weird.
Yes, that is definitely true.
Anyways, we should probably find a table in the corner, as I'm certain people are going to want to sing our praises, but I'd really rather not have to endure that.
Oh, what's this about singing your praises?
Ah!
A dwarf in the corner chimes in. It looks like he's probably had 5 ales in the past 20 minutes and might not actually be fully aware of that there are people who walked into the tavern.
Excellent.
Well, I'm pulling my hood up.
I
pull my hood up and I pull it all the way down.
Where's Druid Craft? Why do I not see it on here? Oh, it's under this other tab. Oh, right here. I used Druid Craft to create a harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at this location for the next 24 hours, which could appear as like a fancy symbol, and I make it appear on his table to try to get him to be distracted by. Ooh, a little sparkly ball of light just appeared on my table. I'm super drunk, so clearly I'm going to be distracted by this.
Okay.
I'm just like sinking with my chair, pulling my hood down.
This is technically a persuasion check. you have this advantage and disadvantage at the same time. Because he's wasted, and I don't think he can perceive his foot. but it is a big ball of light, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
Can I add something to my bonus other than persuasion? Because I'm using magic. Can I add my arcana bonus instead of my persuasion bonus?
I'll do you one better. I'll let you add your persuasion bonus and your arcane lore bonus.
Okay. Well, my persuasion bonus is 0, so...
Okay, so you can add in.
Nothing added.
Well, good thing I had advantage. So 13 plus 3, so 16.
All it was is, I saw that little fairy was contacting me with my.
As I said, to a different table in the corner.
I start heading to a table in the corner.
Okay. Y'all may pick whichever corner you so desire.
Where is my token?
How
Where
about
is
over
your
here?
token?
There it is. I see.
Okay. Because if not, I was going to tab. You don't. I'm sorry, this is not Skyrim. You don't have a sit interaction function. You have to stand beside the chair. Or you can stand on the table.
Chair, and I'm on the table. How did that happen? I was. Hey, also, this is my seat. Moving Oriana over there.
First thing, this is not Goldshire, please.
Gold chair.
You don't know about Goldshire? Don't worry, you don't
No.
need to know
No,
that.
we don't need to know about Goldshire. No one needs to know about that.
Oriana disappeared under the table. She drunk herself under the table. There you go. You're now back on.
Oh, I
on
see.
the
We have
floor.
to stand on the grids.
Yeah. Well, I've got it set to center.
Okay, I'll just
Center
stand
you on
here.
the square. So if you want to rotate, press Q and E to rotate your token. All that jazz.
Oh,
Yay.
that's handy. I didn't realize that was a shortcut for it.
Yep. Stand on top. Be hobbits. No, Kylar. No. No.
We're trying to maintain a low profile, not dancing and singing on the table.
It is not the green dragon. It is the griffin's roost. Kylar. Really?
What's your performance? Quick. No, not really.
Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing.
Performance check, yeah, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
performance
since
check
my
out.
charisma is 0, that's also 0.
Yeah, it would be 0 then. Well,
So, 6 days as heroes of the town. Could be worse.
Well, there's still that demon laying around somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the demon hunters are probably going to get that, though. Probably wouldn't want to get in their way.
KCR manages to walk in. Okay, no, go away. Sorry,
What
no.
do you think of him, the Kaisiar? You think he's trustworthy?
I think he's walking this way.
So?
Shrunk the
Look, I'm pretty convinced he can hear us halfway around the world, so it doesn't really matter what we say now.
I think he fights well in combat and fights for the strength of the pack.
Going to use your pack words. Okay, you're gonna talk like that now. Sure, yes. The pact. Super important.
Apparently we now have 3 people in our pack. Or 4.
I wasn't certain if you counted dog as people, but if you do, that's cool. That's cool. We can.
I just look at it, I give her a really weird look, like... Okay.
Look, I'm trying to. I don't.
Like, if wolves have packs, why would dogs not count as part of packs? But I don't say that, that's just the look on my face. Like, yeah, do you realize where the word pack comes from?
I mean, okay. Look, I've spent most of my life in a temple. I know some things, but not all the things. You know more about the wilderness than I do, to be honest. What I know is what druids do, and like, it's not quite as wild. It's more structure, tradition, a lot of tradition. Oh my word, all traditions. Well, I mean, it's the same thing at the temple, but night elves like their traditions.
Well, I was interested in learning more about the night elf druids, but if it's all traditions, maybe it's not as exciting as I was hoping it would be.
I mean, I suppose that depends on perspective. My father thought it was hugely interesting and important, obviously. I think my mother more tolerated it. She loved him, so that was enough. And she liked traveling. That helped. Yeah. She was always a priestess at heart, though. But
Well, traveling in the wilderness is a lot more fun and interesting and relaxing than being in places like this.
Oh my word, yes. By the moonwell's light, I do not understand why people coop themselves up in places like this. I mean, I get having relaxed drinks, I think, but in Darnassus, our taverns were open. See, there were bridges where people would sit on, and you'd be out in the wilderness, and you'd have a roof just mostly for rain. That was much better. And it was warm most of the time, too.
Don't you think that's
But
why
mostly
there
that way.
were no walls as Kaisiar walks up to y'all?
Of course there were walls. Have you been to Darnassus? Obviously.
There's a level of magic enchantment on Darnassus. Get used to it. And he takes a drink of whatever he has.
So, Kaisier, good fighting earlier. I don't suppose you sensed the presence of any demons that you were looking for.
Way to break right to it. You know, we really need to work on your charisma.
I appreciate your directness.
Thank you.
I did not sense a demon, but I will say that the reports I'm getting back are saying that the creature we fought in the last room was what we were hunting.
See, I told you.
Oh. And what kind of creature was that exactly? Besides the disgustingly tasting one.
That was not a detail I needed. But thank you.
The reports I had said that it was something that mimicked the shape and form of various objects and such, and would capture beings based on that.
Objects or people? Are you saying that the statue was the demon?
Yes. It was the creature we were hunting.
Disguised as a statue or possessing the statue?
Disguised as. That's why it was...
Do you think that person that escaped knew that it was a demon in disguise, or they just liked it as a statue?
Given the fact that everybody was captured in that cave, and the reports I have that the statue had been kidnapping, this creature had been kidnapping things, I suppose you could put one and one together. It was being used.
So, are you planning on trying to find out more about that person that escaped through whatever portal that was?
Yes, I am. I'm actually having, what's his name? Which one was it? I'm planning on having Menethil look into it. As soon as the Lorne gets healed up, he'll be able to look into it as well. He would probably be better suited up for it anyways, but, well, one can't research when you're injured.
You know, now that the battle's over, before bed, I could help him heal up a little bit more. I just don't want to be rude, but I didn't know how much there was going to be combat in the cave, so I needed to save some things. But I do have a little bit of magic left.
If you wish to go out there and visit my camp, go for it. The Lord should be there.
Once we finish our drinks, I'll go over there and take care of him. See if there's anything I can help him with.
I believe Vaslia should also be there tonight, but I'm not sure who else will be there.
Is there anyone among your group with expertise in divining where that portal led?
Thinking of it, probably not. Thalorn would probably be the only one who would know such. He likes to read.
Well, I think that Oriana and I would be interested in helping you to continue investigating this matter, given how interestingly obsessed that person seems to be with Oriana. I think it is not maybe a coincidence that this is happening. So
Yeah.
That was definitely strange. Who in the world did you make mad?
I look at Oriana.
I don't actually know. I mean, some people back home were a little obsessed about me, but I don't think anyone hated me. Not at that level, anyway. I mean, I've pulled pranks on people before, but nothing like where they try to torture me.
Alright, then it shall be a mystery until we figure out who this is. Until then, cheers, as it were.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And as he puts down his drink, he looks at you, Oriana. Shouldn't you tell him about your powers? Or does he know?
Who's him? There's lots of hims in here.
Very well then. If you wish discretion. Remember, he's got true sight.
I don't think I know that.
No, you really don't. You know, demon hunters have weird sight, but that's it. Other than they see weird stuff.
I really don't know it. You have to be really clear. I don't do a lot of subtext. It's not really. I'm not very good at it.
He pulls up his hand and goes,
Yes, I have a hand too.
"You're really trying sometimes." I saw the arcane.
I guess we'll just pretend that was in character. Audric starts dying of laughter.
I saw the arcane flare on your hand. Do you wish to explain?
You Audric. Yeah, what do you think he knows? We travel together.
Alright.
Look, I don't.
It's always good to know one's traveling companions has hands.
I give you a half five.
Quite so. Oh, how I want the level 18 ability for him right now.
So what ability?
Level 18 ability. Oh, I want the level 18 ability for him right now. Oh, if looks could kill.
But he's gonna use I-beams on her.
10d10.
Look, I don't know what your problem is or why you like to do secrets. Whatever. I have my problems, he has his problems, we get along. That's how this works. If you want to join us, great, you can have your own problems too. But we don't really like do whatever it is you're trying to do. If you have a question, just ask it.
I know, Kylar. I know, right, dude. Tyler's getting this 20 seconds late. I'm sorry for the delay, but it needs to be. Anyways.
Wait, I'm missing it. I gotta see.
He said, hands? Where we're going, we don't need hands. Asterisk, because direwolves don't have hands.
See, he gets it. He gets it.
As far as journeying with you, I could do worse. Besides,
I didn't actually. I thought you were gonna go. Yeah, sure, you can come with us.
weird priestess. Anyways, my little group has been summoned to New Lordaeron City. Anyways, I suppose I'll be staying around here for a little while.
Did you book passage on the Flying Whale?
It's the only ship leading out of here.
Oh, well, I guess it was fortunate that that's the ship we found on our first attempt, then.
I mean, fortune does seem to favor us wherever we go. That is true. So far.
I will agree with you.
I look slightly skeptical.
Well, I mean, we didn't die. Could have.
An excellent point.
And honestly, I think maybe Elune was teaching me something in that. And I think I've learned it well.
Speaking of, I need to visit the vendor here.
Okay.
The alchemist. I'll need to visit the alchemist here, probably tomorrow.
Speaking of visiting the alchemist, we totally weren't speaking of visiting the alchemist.
So you're going to be sleeping outside with your friends, or... I mean, it seems like they've cleaned up the smoke a little bit in here for us, so maybe Audric and I can have a bed, finally. It's still going to open up the windows, but, you know.
Well, I was thinking about visiting my companions, but it depends on what happens here with the town. The mayor is unpredictable.
Maybe she seemed pretty predictable to me. She got captured, she was thankful, she gave us free drinks. That seems pretty predictable.
Yes, for you. And then he kind of points at his not toga, poncho.
He has a poncho?
Yes, he's wearing a poncho.
What kind of poncho?
It is a dark leather poncho that just covers a lot of his tattoos. Some of which still poke through. Or peek through, I should say.
Hello, I have stabby tattoos. They poke through my clothes.
Yes. Pokey.
Well,
So the townsfolk here don't like demon hunters?
Oh, no one likes demon hunters. No offense.
The green magic tends to, and the green markings tend to shy people away, or tend to encourage them to stay away, which, for what we do, sometimes is best.
Well, the people who you protect from demons and other foul creatures are probably glad for your existence, even if they don't show it properly.
Considering the demon hunter of the Illidari as a whole have been protecting Quel'Thalas and even Gilneas, I would say yes. Protecting as much as we can. It's not perfect, but There are demons afoot.
They're doing the best we can. Toast.
You
Alright.
you've been to Quethalas?
Yes.
You've been to Quethalas, the High Elven City.
Yes.
Oh.
Too much light there, but not. It's not a bad place.
Too much.
It's too bright.
Oh. I thought you were referring to the.
I tend to
Light.
specialize in sneak, in stealth, in shadows.
Well, okay, but the light also is a deity. Okay, so it gets a little confusing sometimes. You gotta be more clear.
Yes, apparently.
I haven't been to Quethalas, but I met a high elf once. The people there are much better than most assume.
I would agree with that. They are, at least... they're at least pleasant. At least not as superstitious as the humans. Toads!
Did I say that? I don't remember saying that.
I don't think so. But,
Also, Audric is just sitting there like, yep, I know what's going on. I know what all these elf words mean and what these cities are about.
yep. It's about this time one of the waitresses comes around. Can I get you anything else, my dear? How about you, babe? What can I do for you? And she looks to each one of you.
Do you have food?
Yes. What can I get you?
I don't know what humans serve, so
And the Draenei looks down at you and goes,
you didn't say what it was.
I know. I know, that's part of the charm. But yeah, the Draenei looks down at you and goes, oh, it looks like they have beer roasted bow ribs on tap and possibly some steak as well. A few... I believe they do have some fruit baskets, as it were.
Fruit? I'll take fruit and a steak,
Okay.
but more fruit.
So, a petite steak and a basket fruit. Okay.
Like a that
Uh,
big steak, and then that much fruit.
A petite steak and a fruit basket. Okay.
I'll take an extra large steak. Rare.
Oops.
All right. And for you, you? And Kaisiar just kind of looks up and goes, the usual. You get the feeling he's been here
You have
for a
a
while.
usual here.
Yes, I have. All right, I'll be back with your orders. And
How long have you been here?
about 2 weeks.
And no one's kicked you out yet?
I come in here, gather information, and then leave. I don't overstay my welcome.
Obviously.
It is easier to gather information when people are amicable towards you as opposed to when your presence makes it where they want to throw up and run away out of sheer fear or panic.
I concur.
Yeah. I prefer not running away in sheer fear and panic. That's what I prefer. I think I'm tired, so let's get some food and then we can go to sleep. Also, I didn't know there were Draenei here. Seems really far away from home.
This is Menethil Harbor. It is a crossroads of the Alliance.
See, again with the not... saying what you're trying to say. You just say things like I'm supposed to know what that means.
There is a place of heavy traffic here in this town. All the ships going from Darnassus to Stormwind usually come through here. Particularly from Darnassus to Ironforge. So they all have to go through here.
I wonder if my sister ever came through this town.
It's possible. Most likely so, but
If she did, wouldn't she have left her mark in some way?
Not one of my crazy sisters.
Oh. Which one? Well, you have a lot. You have to be more specific.
crazy system. Okay.
As I said, he has issues, you and I have my issues. We get along fine.
Yes. So I see. A few more
So,
minutes.
if you have issues, what are yours? Everyone has issues, so you may as well just tell us now.
He looks at you, leans in closer, looks at you, and takes his blindfold off.
That's an obvious issue. I'm talking about deep, emotional trauma. Anything happened in your childhood? Well, who are your parents? Do you have any siblings? The real stuff. Obviously, we've all got our problems.
Like hands.
He moves,
Everybody's got hands, everyone's got problems.
he moves his chair closer to you and lifts up his blindfold and stares into your eyes for a second. Make a wisdom saving throw.
This
If
is
you
dumb.
want to succeed. If you don't have to.
I don't know what he's doing, so of course I want to
Okay.
succeed.
Okay.
What kind of players would be like, yes, I want to fail?
This person is weird.
This person is weird.
Says the person who's like, hello, random traveling companion, tell us all your deep personal fears and problems.
Exactly. Yes. That's an 8.
Okay. For a moment, you wonder what in the world he's talking about.
Wait. Wait a minute. I just remembered. Since we're going to sleep, I may as well use this. Hold on.
Okay.
If I can find it. Never mind. Never mind. Won't use it. Moving on.
Okay. In that case, what you see is all of a sudden the green from his eyes starts enveloping your entire vision, and you're not looking at the tavern anymore. You can't even see Audric. You don't even see Kaisiar. You see is this green flame just engulf and kind of wave past you. And you're now in this very posh, very lavished, very luxurious room. From what you can tell on the, if you look out towards the balcony on it's a hazy red world, but it is extremely comfortable. And as you try to gain the sense of bearing as to where you are, you suddenly feel something around your neck. It is a chain, a leather chain, and it just holds tight. You reach up and try to grab it and pull it away, and all of a sudden your hands burn with green fire, and it just hurts. No, completely different. One was arcane fire. This is fell fire. This hurts. This is like demonic energy kind of stuff. And as you look around the room some more, you notice the chain is connected to another chain, which leads off into somebody's hand. And you realize the chain is now around your neck, and you are their slave. And this person stands up, scantily clad, and you see a succubus before you.
Audric! Audric, make him stop!
Audric, what you
What
see?
is it? What does it look like is happening?
For you, what you see is it just looks like Kaisiar has pulled his blindfold up and is just staring into Oriana's eyes, and she seems to be lost for some reason, just stuck staring back and is kind of stuck.
Audric, Audric,
Do I
Audric!
hear her when she starts
Nope.
yelling?
Nope. Actually, no, Kylar, so sorry. But as the vision continues, Oriana, you see this succubus, this demoness, drag you and pull you and makes you clean tables, lay on the floor and let her put her feet on you, use you like a complete and utter piece of furniture, basically. And then it shifts really quick to where you're looking down at your hand with a dagger is now in it. The dagger has a lot of very red looking blood on it. And then you look up and the demoness is lying on the bed, and in your other hand there's a half-eaten heart. And then all of a sudden the smell of the alcohol from the tavern hits you as you, boom, come back and snap into consciousness.
That was what? Okay, you have issues.
I have 400 years of issues.
I just look back and forth between the two of them.
I'm going to bed.
And Kaisiar looks over at you, Audric. His blindfold is still up. Would you like to see as well?
I think I'm good.
Sadly, this is the tamer side of Kaisiar, so.
Did
Alright.
any of your people still need patching up since Oriana's going to bed? I might be able to do something.
Yeah, she totally forgot about that.
They should be fine. They're trained to do on their own when they need to. But otherwise, I suppose we should just enjoy the night, unless you wish to turn in early.
I don't know. How tired am I feeling?
You got up at what time was it? Closer to about 10 in the morning, since y'all slept late because long rest on somebody after a long rest on somebody else. Y'all got up at about 10. You got to the cave at about 1-ish, maybe 2. By now I would say it'd be about 9 o'clock, maybe. Maybe closer to 12. It gets a little fuzzy right about here because you don't know how long Oriana was staring into Kaisiar's eyes.
That's like 3 hours difference. It's
Yeah.
not like 9
She was either staring into his eyes for like 5 minutes or 3 hours, but I apparently blacked out, so I don't really know how long it was. I was also...
You also had a meal brought out to you as well, and
Also, what is that? Did Siegfried, is this pet-friendly tavern? Is he in here?
yeah, he's in here. He's sitting at
Okay.
your feet.
Like
He's
your pet
actually
here.
laying down at your feet.
Okay, I give him some of my steak. Or if Oriana left early without finishing all her steak, then I'll give him the rest of her steak.
My master is kind. as the dog just stares on the other side of my curtain. What?
He senses a state being talked of.
Oh, something else. Just a second. Okay, after like 2 seconds of yelling at one boy to do something, he finally heard me. Anyway, the dog wanted out, so.
I guess I just like yawn and stretch, and I'm like, oh well, I think I'm gonna head to bed too then, since it was sort of a harrowing day, since I almost got murdered by a statue that was poisonous and gooey.
He didn't even come close, but okay.
Well, it killed my wolf form. That's sort of like being murdered, right?
You feel tired from the shifting, but that's about it.
Okay, that's
so
good.
Just depends on how used to shifting you are. But other words, the drinks and the food will keep going.
I was stabbed repeatedly. I'm tired.
Yeah. Oriana, on the other hand, has probably had a day.
But I'm not actually, when he gets up there, I'm not actually in bed. I'm just kind of, I found like a window in like the hallway, and I've just been kind of staring at it, watching the ocean.
Okay.
Kind of just like messing with like fidgeting with things on there.
Okay.
Come on, Siegfried, let's go see what kind of accommodations we have in our room.
Okay, I will go. I will follow you, master.
We're like session 4, and Kyrath already has a pet.
Who luckily no longer is covered in Murloc seasoning salt.
Yep.
Good for him. Although I could flavor him again if we wanted to.
Let's flavor the dog.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see, we want to use him as a distraction. You run through the camp covered in seasoning and smelling really good, and they get distracted, and we can kill them.
Yes, lots of that. Wait, what? Well, anyways, as you go up, you see Oriana standing in front of, standing in one of the hallways that leads to the bedrooms and such, and she's staring out the window.
Are you okay, Oriana?
Which would bless you. Yoink.
No, not really. He didn't really. That was not a fun experience.
Yeah, but
What happened? Just looked like you guys were zoning out for a little bit.
He showed me something. I think it's what happened to him. I think he used to be a slave.
I see.
It was not pleasant. Not really something you really should show other people. I think I like him less now.
I mean, you sort of wanted to know. You were asking him lots of questions.
I wanted to talk to him. He seems more interested in showing off and shutting people up. I don't like the way he talks to me. It's rude and annoying.
Well, it sounds like he had a rough time, so maybe
We all have our issues. We all have a rough time. You were raised by wolves. I have an unbreakable heart.
Excuse me, are you counting that as an issue?
Yes, it's an issue. Not people
What?
are normally
No.
raised by wolves. I'm not
Well,
saying
maybe
bad
you shouldn't
issue.
mention that when we go to visit my wolf in the future.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad issue. It seems like your wolf family was nice. I'm just saying it is an issue. You're not a normal human.
True story.
Now add to that, you're also a Ghanaian, so you're not a normal human, and you're not a normal human that would have been raised by wolves, because I'm sure there are other humans that could have been raised by, but then you also became a Worgen. So like you've got like 3 or 4 issues.
We're staying in the hallway.
There's no one here. They're all drunk anyway.
Where's my little fairy friend?
See? I'm just saying, I understand people sometimes don't get me and the way I speak and do things. But I always try to make people happy. He does not, and that bothers me.
I see. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like he's a guy who tries to make people happy.
No, he's a demon hunter. They're all the same. They're all worried about their destiny and the things they have to... Oh, the burden they carry. Ugh, we all carry burdens. He should get over himself and just do his job.
I think that's part of the problem. I think he sees his job as what he's trying to do, which is kill demons, not make people happy.
Probably. But I was just very anti what I do. We were always taught in the temple to, didn't matter what you were going through or what problems you were having, you always put the needs of others first.
Well, maybe if he travels with us, you can teach him some better manners.
No, I don't want to teach him. I don't even really want him to travel. I just offered because I didn't think he would say it. You know, that he'd be like, oh no, my destiny is so great, I couldn't bear to accompany you. And then we could be like, oh, that's too bad, we really enjoyed your company. And then you and I could leave and not feel guilty.
I see.
Then he's like, oh no, sure, I can come with you.
Well, I guess that didn't really work out the way you were planning.
It did not.
Well, I guess that and this vision incident means you should be careful for what you ask for when you're talking to him, because he might just agree and give you what you asked for, even though that's not what you really wanted.
I should probably just stop talking to him altogether. That might solve most of my problems. He seems to like you, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He seemed to give me the impression that if he wouldn't be that upset if you talked less.
How is that my problem?
It's not. That's his problem. But he chose to come with us anyway, so... Maybe he just pretends to be annoyed by it, but he secretly likes it. Maybe he thinks it's endearing.
I don't think men like him know what that word means.
It's like you're his baby sister. He's annoyed by you, but he wants to keep you safe.
No, he's not. No.
Hopefully none of my sisters find me that annoying.
Why would anyone find you annoying? You're like the least annoying person I know.
Oh, thank you.
You just kind of don't. You like never annoy anyone. You just kind of do things. Which is great, because then I can do all the talking and the annoying and all be this personality, and you're just like behind me.
Except for those stupid guards that tried to stab you. That was pretty annoying.
I mean, obviously they did not go to school.
Well, maybe when we're here for 6 more days, you can just teach everyone in the whole town some proper etiquette.
Honestly, I think I should.
Do they have a temple here? Maybe you could hold some special etiquette services. And you could maybe convince the mayor to pay you to do it. Town improvement.
I feel weird about asking people for money.
You could have a free will offering.
That would work. I could do that. Then it's donation based. I'm fine with donation based.
I wonder if they have some sort of stage or some other common gathering area for the town.
I think that they did have a temple. I remember that Harriet's a priestess here, so she must lead sermons or something, somewhere.
True.
Obviously she's following.
Although maybe if you're telling her that you're going to try to better educate the people on etiquette, you should try to do it in a way that doesn't imply that she was not doing a good job.
Who has the high charisma here? I can make anyone think anything. Like that demon.
That's good.
Make him think that I actually like him. Or respect him, or whatever it is he wants from me.
Well, I guess we'll have to see how well that goes.
Or we don't. Or we could sneak off.
I don't think we should sneak off. We're going to the same place as they are on the same ship. Also, they seem to be involved in this whole situation, which apparently involves you. So I really think we should stick with that because
Yeah,
it seems very strange.
It does, and I didn't want to say really anything in front of him, but I worry that it might. I don't know. I feel like I should know. It's tugging on me, and I feel like there's something I'm missing, but I can't quite place it. It's really bothered me. I don't want to think that people were hurt because of me.
Well, maybe you could ask Elune about it. If she wants to draw her symbol on your hand, maybe she'll tell you some other useful stuff.
Yeah, that would, well, it would have been nice if there was, a note attached to this. I don't even know why. I mean, I've seen people get tattoos. I've never heard of anyone get it burned into them from the ether.
Have I heard of that before? My arcane skills. Can I make a roll?
If you want to, go for it. Arcane
Okay.
lore. Or arcane whatever it is. I forgot what it was.
Oh no, camera 1 overwrote my dice thingy.
Yeah, because shift 1 is camera.
Ooh, nice. That's a 20.
Okay. Unfortunately, you don't know anything. Even with the high roll, even with everything, the fact that you're Gilnean means that you are on a different racial knowledge than what Night Elves are. And you've not spent any time with Night Elves other than with Oriana.
Yep, I've never heard about that either.
Well, you're right. I'll see what I can. I'll pray about it tonight and see if I get anything else from her. I suppose maybe it's a sign that she's not totally giving me up because I have these abilities that are apparently unholy.
Well, it does seem strange that she would use arcane fire to burn the symbol of herself on you if she didn't like arcane powers. I feel like that's a sign of approval.
Thank you, Audric.
If there's no other priestesses that work for her that can do what you do, then obviously maybe she has special plans for you.
That's worrisome.
Maybe they involve being awesome. And everyone thinking, hey, now Elune has you have Elune's favor since now you have her mark on you.
Everyone already thought that, and wasn't a huge fan of it. I never really wanted to be special. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was thoroughly impressed with the High Priestess of our order. She inspired me, and I thought, wow, it'd be great to, follow her and go with her and her armies and do her stuff. But I always thought of myself as, following people. I never really wanted to be a hero or special or anything. Everyone just sort of said I was going to be. And from the time I was born, people were like, she's going to be so special because of the way she was born. And it's like, woo! And I never really got to choose what I wanted to be.
Well, at least now this way you don't have to be special in the fake way, and you can just be who you are with the powers you have, and that's what actually makes you special. And then people will be happy with the real you instead of the fake you, and then it'll be better.
Right. You are positive, Audric. I like that about you.
Thank you.
At least
You can't really control the seasons, but when the seasons change, things just happen, and you go with the seasons.
Going back to pack wisdom again. I see. Yes. Yep. That makes sense, I suppose. Why can't things just be simple? There's a small part of me, just a teeny part of me, that envies people, the Draenei down there or any of those drunken patrons. Like, their life is simple.
Boring.
Yeah, it's boring. And boring can be fun.
Oh, my fairy's back! There she goes!
He's like, his boring is fun. It's only a teeny bit, though.
Yeah, I see. Well, I'm sure by the time we wait around here for 6 more days, we'll be ready for some non-boring excitement.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. I should probably, well, don't think I'm going to get much rest thanks to that little nightmare. Pre-nightmare to the nightmares that will come in sleep, but I should at least try.
That sounds awful.
Oh, it was.
Hey, hopefully you have a room with the window open to the moon, and if you sleep under the light of the moon, I'm sure that'll make you feel better.
You know, I was just thinking that. I was gonna see if, like, you could help me find, and then if there was someone in that room, we could... I mean, I'm pretty sure that anyone up here is drunk enough that they wouldn't even notice.
I look skeptical. So, off character, did the tavern person like give us like room keys or something when we came in, or we're just like, okay, we're just gonna walk up here. Like, clearly we have room here.
When y'all walk back to go to your room, so to say, the tavern keeper had already waved you down and handed you a couple of keys. He's on the house. Don't worry. Anybody who saves the mayor is a friend of the city.
Ah, excellent.
So you
Do you
guys
want to
have
find...
2 rooms.
Okay, I want to find the room that has the largest view of the moon.
Okay. Yeah, it would be either one of the 2 center ones. You can either have a rug and have a nice view of the moon, or you can have a nice view of the moon and a smaller room. It's up to you.
I'll take the rug.
You want the rug? Okie dokie.
And I'm gonna open the windows so that my view is completely unobstructed. And then before I go to bed, I'll sit on the rug and I'll pray. And then I'll go sleep.
Okay. And Audric, which one do you want? I've got 2 more
Whichever
rooms
one
left.
she doesn't take. Oh,
I have 2 more rooms, so.
the one with the biggest window that's remaining.
For those ones, it'd have to be this one.
Am I supposed to be able to see rooms? I see the main floor of the tavern.
You should be able to see 3 rooms in the back. Kind of where I have your tokens and where I'm
like
tapping.
not on the.
Just pretend they're on the next level.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't have walls for this one because it was just easier.
I didn't
to
realize
put
these
them
were
out.
separate rooms. I just thought this was like the storehouse because there's a giant ale barrel over here.
Yeah, there's a small hallway between there, but
There's beds in here.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize those were beds. I see their beds now. But there's tables over here. I just thought this was part of the room. Okay, I'm good now. I see what's happening.
there you go, stream. Are those not beds? Or are they more comforters? Or maybe just small spots where you can actually sit and enjoy a meal or something?
I think Kyra learned his lesson. We don't need to berate him.
These are ale shelves units, clearly. The pillows are for the really expensive bottles that need extra cushioning.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, the stream will get it in about 20 seconds, so. I love the time delay. It's hilarious. Well, anyways. So you 2 are going to sleep for the night?
Yep.
Okay. We'll start with you, Oriana. As you pray, the prayer almost seems like you feel like the moonlight is brighter where you're praying at, and can't really tell, but it's almost like a comfort is upon you, like your prayer was heard.
Does Elune use rock music to convey this?
It should not be rock music.
Rock music.
It should not be rock music. It should be ambience of Azure Mist Isle right now.
Nope. It's like
That's what I see.
someone's like epic battle music, and I'm like, this is totally incorrect.
Nope. You should be listening to, or should be hearing Azure Mist Isle.
Let me
Kind of
skip
peaceful.
this. Well, that would explain it, because this commercial says Hades for some reason, so.
That would be why.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you should be on Azure Mist Isle.
Okay, yep, I hear it now.
Okay. Peaceful, relaxing. Again, the moonlight is definitely brighter in this room, and brighter than what you saw in the hallway just before.
Alright, then I will go to sleep after that.
Okay. As you lay down and go to sleep, it takes a moment for your eyes to get the vision from Kaisiar out of your head. But eventually it goes, it fades. And the night seems to be peaceful. Very peaceful. In fact, your dreams just show a singular vision of the moon shining down on you. And as you take in the vision, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And it pulls you closer for a hug. My child, I never wanted you to feel alone. And you feel a gentle kiss on your forehead. And for the rest of the night, it's the most peaceful, restful sleep you've ever had. Mark this on your character sheet. You now are imbued with the blessing of Elune. After a long rest, you gain 1d4 extra sorcery points on top of what your class already provides. Audric, as you go to sleep, are you just going straight to bed, or?
I'll just open the windows and then go to bed. And make
Okay.
sure that Siegfried is comfortable.
Okay. As you walk into your room, you open up the windows and you turn around and look at the bed, and there is this crystalline purple skull sitting on there.
Wait, I opened the window
You open the windows.
and I didn't see a skull when I walked past the bed to open the window, and then I turned around and then there's a skull on the bed.
Yep.
That's great.
It takes you
Is it
back,
a creepy
back for
oblong skull of like a creepy alien that's gonna like burn my brain and with Indiana Jones if I touch it?
that one? No.
That's good.
Matter of fact, if this is the map that I have it with, it is. Oh, it's supposed to be dark purple, not green. There we go. There we go. It looks like Ulfric or Robert over here on the table. just beyond the actual game table that we use, there's a little barrel and table there.
Uh huh.
You see the purple skull?
Yes, I see that.
Looks like that.
Is it shiny, like gemstony, or is it matte, like that one?
It is crystalline, so it's not matte, but it's definitely shiny, and it looks like it's had some age on it, but it is definitely shiny. Very crystalline.
Okay, I'm gonna use perception, smelling, and see if I smell anything weird.
Okay.
Like anyone has been in my room or something.
Okay.
Or some magical poof of smoke just appeared, leaving the skull behind.
Okay. Go ahead.
It was me. It was totally me.
7! Yay!
Nope. You don't smell anything.
Okay, I'm gonna stand, like, over here. Oh, wait, that's not inside the room. Over here by the window. And I'm going to take a minute or 10 or whatever, and I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual spell.
About halfway through your casting, you hear in your head, "It's about time, pup. Will you quit doing that? We've got work to do."
I continue Hold on, let me see if yeah, okay.
Okay.
Detect Magic has a vocal component, so I can't say anything while I'm casting this, I'm assuming. Otherwise it'll mess up the spell. So I just keep casting the spell.
No, wait,
Okay.
he got rid of components.
Oh, okay. Well,
unless
can I
it's
talk
vocal.
while casting this ritual spell?
Yeah. Mildly,
Okay.
but yeah. It takes your concentration, but yeah, you can talk.
I'm just like, could you just hold on 5 minutes? I'm sort of busy here.
Okay.
I keep
You complete
casting the
You
spell.
complete the casting of the spell about 5 minutes later, and the aura for Detect Magic booms out, and you sense a slight magical presence on the pillow on your bed. You can also sense some magical essences and items. For instance, Oriana in the room next to you. You also pick up a couple of things 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You also catch a couple of things from this position, a couple of things from that's behind the bar, but that's it. Some of the things behind the bar are like a magical dagger and a magical coin that he's got, and just odd magical things that are just.
Oh, let's
trinkets.
write those down for later reference.
You're going to go pilfer the bar. Okay.
But no.
Can't help. I'm lawful good. I know nothing.
Okay, so I stare. Like, can I see any like sort of spell being channeled through the skull, or it just looks like it has a vague magical effect on it?
From what you can tell, it looks like there's a vague magical effect on it. Detect Magic doesn't let you see if a spell is being cast through something. It's more of a, is that magical or not? And to what degree kind of thing. If you
What
wanna
about a school of magic?
roll an Arcana check.
No! No, poor K.
I'm so sorry.
This strange alien magic, I've never seen anything like this before. This is crazy.
You don't know what school. As far as you can tell, The magic seems to be coming from the skull.
It's skull magic! I've never heard of this before!
And so this looks like a human skull, right? Yes, okay.
Actually, as you look closer to it, while humanoid in shape, it seems to be human, but you're not 100% certain. You'd have to roll for that one, and I believe that's...
You're right, it's an alien. It's an alien skull. It's not human. It just looks.
It has an elongated cranium.
This would be a medicine check if you want to figure out what this is.
Okay. $17.
Not bad. It's Night Elven.
Am I still alive? Am I
You're not in
I
this
can
room,
sense
don't
you
worry.
in the other room with your
still...
magic.
Okay, so it's not my skull. Good.
It's not yours.
Maybe it's kind
I guess I'll just stare at the skull, be like, okay, I'm free to talk now. It's been 5 minutes.
It's
Is
about
this a
time, pup.
telepathy skull?
A telepathy?
Telepathy skull.
Telepathy skull? A skull using telepathy? And as you're looking at it, as it responds to you, you notice it kind of faintly glows every time it talks to you. Kind of like each of the words are being pulsed throughout it, through the skull. It's about time, pup. I was wondering when you'd be ready to help me on this hunt.
Wait a minute, is this my spirit mentor person? Does this sound like his voice?
Yes, it does.
Oh. I'm like... Oh, hello! We've never spoken in real life before.
Technically, this isn't real life. We have
This
a
isn't
mission.
real life. Am I hallucinating?
You haven't seen my physical form. I forgot. Don't worry. You'll see this. You'll get to meet me soon.
Well, that's interesting. Are you a real person? I assumed you were part of, like, the Emerald Dream or something.
Well, yes and no. The Emerald Dream is populated, or is energized by druids who go to sleep there. I am one of them. I need you to take me to Shando. To Shando Stormrage. Well, hopefully
And
we'll
by
be able
you,
to.
you mean this skull over here?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Where is this person?
Shando Stormrage. You don't know who Shando Stormrage is?
Nope. Is he a night elf?
You've been involved in the events of the world for quite some time. I figured you would have met him yet. Alright,
Is he related to Illidan?
oh yes.
Is he related to Malfurion?
It is Malfurion. Shando is his formal name in Darnassian.
Ah, I see.
Missed that part in school.
Well, I guess there's a reason why you always call me Pup, because I don't know very much, but I am working on it.
Don't worry, pup. We'll see if we can't get you educated soon.
So where's Malfurion?
Malfurion, I haven't been able to pinpoint him. He left the dream recently, and I haven't been able to get in touch with him.
So that's where I come in?
Yes. That's where you come in. I need you to take me to him and see if we can't figure out how to wake me up.
Are you having a problem?
Oh, quite so.
Oh, that's not good.
You can tell Shando the nightmare has come, and I am fighting it as much as I can.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Not from where you are. If you were to get to Darnassus, yes, you could. but you'd have to get the druids to let you in into some of the into the burrows, which might not happen.
I see. So do you have any advice on how I could find Malfurion?
Give me a moment. Let me try something. 1d20 coming up.
Your mentor's as good as magic as you are.
I'm having a hard time pinpointing him. The only thing I can tell you is that it appeared he was happy when he left. Last I heard, he was going to speak with Tarande. I'm not sure what's gone on in the world, but we are in need of help here. The nightmare has taken several druids, several of us, and I've managed to hide as much as I could, but there's only
Do I
so much
know what the nightmare is? Like vaguely, at least.
Gilman druid. Yes, you know. Yes, you know of it. In Azeroth, there exists two parts to the Emerald Dream, as it were. There's the dream, where it's Azeroth as it should be. This is like heaven on earth, basically, kind of thing. It is literally. Darnassus times 1,000, kind of thing. Plants are growing everywhere. It looks luscious and green. There are trees all over the place. Fruit is being born on the trees, and the creatures and denizens of the dream just eat whatever they want, whenever they want, and are in a very ideal situation.
I'm trying to catch up on that Twitch.
I know.
Sorry, I'm being distracted. Okay.
Kylar, stop it. Stop it, Kylar.
Okay, I got out.
Stop it! And within the dream, there is this other half of it. It's called the nightmare. What you know is that every now and then the nightmare encroaches more upon the dream and takes over more land. Whatever happens to get in the nightmare ends up being corrupted and turns into an evil form of whatever it was. Some plants that provide a healing fruit to anybody who walks by. When the nightmare gets a hold of it, it would transform it into a creature that tries to eat somebody. That kind of shift. It just totally corrupts whatever it gets a hold of.
And that's permanent, or that can go back when the nightmare recedes, it goes back to normal?
When the nightmare recedes off of an area, it does go back to normal.
That's good.
But apparently in this particular location, you get the feeling that your master is having issues because the nightmare is trying to overtake his area of where he's at.
Well, don't worry. You can count on me. Hopefully, I can find Malfurion, or I can find Tyrande, or I can get Oriana to help me find her, and then I'll find him, and then we'll deliver your message. Maybe they're in New Lordaeron. That would be convenient.
It would, wouldn't it?
Everyone knows that Lordaeron's the greatest place for summer vacation, obviously.
Actually, it's not that bad. City on the seaside with the light blazing from the center of the city. Oh yeah, it'd be a really nice place.
Though you've never needed this skull here to communicate with me before. Am I supposed to keep this with me now, or is it just going to disappear? Or do I need to keep it in my pack or something?
This skull is both a way for me to communicate to you and also a gift.
Thank you. I appreciate the gift.
It will help you with. It will help you with shifting and whatnot.
Oh, that's interesting. In what way?
Beyond that, I cannot say.
Ah, excellent. I will find out for myself.
Like I said, it will help you with your shifting. Since you have chosen the path you have, this is my gift to you, as much as a teacher can give to a student.
Well, you honor me with your gift. Thank you.
Very Kylar behave. Special moment between teacher and student here. Go ahead and mark on yours on your character sheet. This item is called the crystal skull of Mind Spring. Once you're attuned
How
to
do you
it,
add something to your equipment list?
You should just be able to go to your inventory.
Yeah, I don't see a plus button or anything. Oh, manage equipment.
Mm-hmm.
it's a custom item. And it's not on D&D. So
I'll just put under other possessions.
yeah.
Yep, that works.
You will be sorry, Kylar. You will be sorry.
Skull of something. What was it
Mind
called?
Spring. Or crystal skull of Mind Spring. And once you're attuned to it, it takes up an attunement slot, so keep that in mind.
I
Once
don't
you're
know what that means.
you can only have 3 attuned items, magic items.
Okay.
So this one will work in place of something. It works more like a trinket or a necklace.
On your equipment, you'll have a slot for attuned items, and you can put 3 in there.
This one will grant you every morning after you're attuned, every morning 1d4 to your number of shapeshifts.
That's cool.
Okay, Zeri, what's up?
Clarification for my thing. So, I have 4 sorcery points to use instead of the 3 that I would have.
You have 3 right now. Or the level 3 amount of sorcery points you have right now is 3, right? After a long rest, you roll a d4.
Oh, I gain a D4 sorcery points.
Yes.
Oh, that's way better than what I thought. Awesome. Okay, that's cool. Yes.
Yep. As you continue talking with the skull, he retorts back, there is one issue with the skull that you will be carrying. After my spirit's free, after I'm out of the dream, it will be inert.
Oh, that's okay. Then you'll be out of the dream. That's good, right?
Yes. Right now, I am helping you shift, is what it basically boils down to. Is I am adding my magic onto yours.
Well, hopefully I can make good use of it.
I hope you can. Matter of fact, I trust you can.
I won't let you down.
Find Shando.
I will do my best.
And the skull just stops talking there.
I tuck it away with the rest of my stuff in my pack very carefully.
Okay.
As I do it, I'm like grumbling to myself. I'm like, Wow, that was pretty stupid. I was casting this spell, and I'm like, "Hello, mentor, please stop and hold on for 5 minutes," and it didn't even tell me anything, and then that was really stupid. Yep. Well, hopefully you understand, since I normally dream when I talk to him, and I was clearly awake. So yeah.
Magic!
Yep, pretty much. Magic. As you place it in your pack and all that, you put it in a nice hidden spot. As you're trying to find a spot for it, the skull goes from this large crystalline skull, night elf skull, and just shrinks down to a pendant.
Oh, that's gonna be way less
this is
creepy to
convenient.
take around. I was worried you were gonna be like a warlock carrying a skull around. I was like, we're gonna have to travel with that too. Yay! If the two of us don't have enough issues to keep it.
What is the is it a pendant still in the shape of a skull?
No, what it is when it shrinks down to a pendant, it's a circle with the image of a purple skull on it. It's a purple skull set into a silver amulet, basically.
Well, this will be a lot less conspicuous and creepy. Good choice, master or mentor or whatever. Or teacher. I forget. I think I said I always called him teacher. I can't remember. I think it was teacher.
I think so too.
This isn't Star Wars Kyrath. We don't have Jedi Master.
Yeah, I know. I got confused for a second.
Why do I not have y'all's stuff? Okay, I'm going to put your stuff in that folder eventually.
Fun.
Pleasant dreams, student. Or pleasant dreams, pup. As you go to sleep. Siegfried is passed out on the bed because he got up on the bed. He's never been up on the bed. You heard him when he jumped up there. He go, "Oh, this is cool. This is comfy. This is comfy."
And he wasn't creeped out by the skull.
Nope.
He's the perfect pet for you.
He didn't notice the skull, or didn't seem to.
Well, I'll just crawl up on the bed next to him and go to sleep.
Okay. You both have a very peaceful, a very peaceful night's rest. Other than the dream that Zeri has, that just comforts her a little, or at least tries to. Whether or not she's comforted is up to the player. And the morning breaks through. The light coming in, particularly Oriana's room. The sunlight bursts in through the open window that you left open. And Audric, Siegfried wakes you up and is bouncing on the bed going, "This is bouncy, 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 bouncy."
It's morning time! It's morning time! Audric, get up! It's morning time! I say from inside my bedroom.
As you go towards the door, you notice a note that's underneath that's been pushed underneath the door for you, Oriana.
I look at it.
It says "fresh clothes hung up on door."
I turn my door handle carefully. Just creak it open a little.
There are a pair of non-magical, they're still just normal, common priestly robes, but they are priestly robes that seem to have been acquired from the Temple of Light here locally.
I take them off the handle. I go to Audric's room.
Come in.
You hear a bunch of knocking.
Open it. They gave me these clothes. Could you detect magic and make sure that they're not a trap or something weird?
If you give me 10 minutes. Okay. I start casting the magic as a ritual spell.
I go pet the dog.
Siegfried is still bouncing on the bed, ding, 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 until you start petting him, and he's like, oh, there.
I use prestidigitation and conjure a ball, and I start throwing it through the room.
Oh. He starts chasing it, and you two have a good old time playing fetch. Audric, you take your 10 minutes, look over the robe. Other than some very faint imbuement of the light, that's all you see. Like this thing was stored inside the cathedral.
Nope, no magic here. Looks good to go.
Great.
Ball!
Here, play ball with him.
I take the ball.
Ball!
Pick up the clothes. I'm gonna go change now. And go back to my room and change.
Ball!
Did I get any free clothes?
You didn't request them, so I'm guessing no.
Okay, good. I don't need free clothes.
You look outside your door, there's no clothes on your door.
I nod. I'm like, okay, good. Don't have to deal with more possessions or clothes. Then I play with Siegfried until Oriana's done changing.
Change into my clothes. Then I come back.
Did you close the door when you left? Otherwise, it's still open.
Of course I close the door when I
Oh,
left.
okay, fine. Okay, come in.
Ball! Must kill ball!
How did you sleep?
I slept well. How about you?
I slept well.
That's good.
Yep.
I also found out that we have a new mission that I have to accomplish. Then I pull out the pendant. And it's like, we have to deliver this to Malfurion, Stormrage. Do you know where he might be?
Do I know where the leader of the druids might be?
Do you know where Tyrande is?
Tyrande? Her name
Tyrande.
is Tyrande. She's usually in Darnassus.
I don't suppose there's any chance she's in New Lordaeron.
Not unless Elune told her to go there.
Well, after we go to New Lordaeron, we might want to stop by Darnassus.
Where did you get that?
My teacher gave it to me.
Teacher?
Yeah. He's in the Emerald Dream right now. Apparently, the nightmare is doing bad things. We need to tell Malfurion about it. So, if we could find him, that'd be great.
That's really, the nightmare's always doing bad things. That's pretty big.
It's fighting the area where my teacher lives, and we need to help him out.
Wait, I don't think you talked about your teacher before. What teacher?
Well, when I was raised by wolves, I also had this other teacher that I would meet in dreams that helped me learn druid and cool things. And he taught me druidic language and other useful skills. But I've only met him in the dream before, and then I was very confused when he appeared in this talking skull, but then it turned into this pendant.
Oh, I wanted to hear that.
Did you drink anything else while I was gone?
Nope.
You sure you weren't sleeping and dreaming?
Well, where do you think I got this pendant from?
Cracker Jack box?
A what box?
Trinket? I don't know. I suppose you probably didn't. Well, you might have stolen it, but that's, I don't want to know that if you did. Okay, cool. New mission. Kind of weird that your mission wants you to go and find Malfurion and Tyrande.
Why is that weird?
It's just weird for me, because I think you're thinking that I'm going to help you, and I really won't be that much help.
Isn't Tyrande a follower of Elune?
You do remember why I left Darnassus, right? I wasn't really
Yeah.
on my own accord.
But now you have Elune's seal of approval.
Something tells me that won't be enough to then tell them, yeah, still practicing arcane, and also kind of think that it's something Elune wants me, so I'm just getting stronger. Which won't help. Because I was supposed to get rid of this stuff, and that's not. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, you could just not make your presence widely known, and then... Does Malfurion know who you are?
Tyrande knows who I am.
Well, maybe I'll go to talk to her alone when we find her, and then we can go find Malfurion.
If we talk to Tyrande alone, she might be reasoned with, but just getting to her, that's going to be the issue. I mean, it's not that obviously, I'd like to go back home at some point. I missed the city, but not sure I'm going to be welcome yet.
Well, maybe we can ask Harriet if she's heard anything from the day recently. Does she check in with the priests regularly or semi-regularly? Or on happenstance that might get really convenient and lucky?
That's Tyrande kind of just does her own thing, to be honest. But she will know who Malfurion is.
Do the priests have any way of communicating with each other?
Sure.
Like-
Sure, we have ways.
Like instant magic ways?
Mhm.
Oh, perfect. Wait, so we could have Harriet talk to Tyrande right now?
No, because Harriet's a priestess of the light. Different orders, different divines.
I see. I thought the moon and the light were the same thing since, the moon lights up. Oh, but now I'm remembering. Yeah, okay. I'm still a little sleepy, but now I remember how you were showing me that prayer book of the light, but you were complaining that there wasn't one for the moon Elune thing as well. Yes, I see. But you're a priestess of Elune, so you could contact Tyrande right now if you wanted to. Or no, she needs supplies.
So I sort of left before I learned that power. Look, I'm not the greatest of priestess, obviously, so I'm sorry, you get what you get.
But there are other priestesses of the light in Darnassus that Harriet could contact and ask if Tyrande was there.
Okay, so we send missionaries there. They don't really send missionaries back. Okay, you have to understand, the way we see it is that Elune is the goddess, okay? And our little human cousins sort of worship a different thing, but they just don't realize that they're worshiping Elune. Now, if you ask humans, they get really touchy and they'll be like, no, we worship the light. But they're kind of the same thing. At least we believe they're the same thing without them knowing it.
I see.
Which is partly.
And where do the Nehru come into all this?
And the Naru are a whole other thing where they're supposed to be like the light, but the entities of the light, but also like at the same level of Elune. Personally, I just think that they're like aliens that control the Dread Knight, but whatever. I don't really know a whole lot about their deity, just that they're another subset of the light. It's very complex and annoying, and don't worry.
So are there other ways of contacting some people in Darnassus? Like carrier pigeons or something?
I could write a letter home if you wanted.
And you could ask them.
Well, I would send it to my mother. She would know how to.
And then you could ask her where Tyrande/Malfurion are, and tell her to mail the reply. to New Lordaeron, so by the time we get there, we could find out where they are. That would be great.
Yes, sure. Actually, I was planning on writing a letter to a friend of mine as well, so I'll just send them both.
Oh, perfect. Look at this pack teamwork coordination.
Light of the moon. Well, yes, sure. Yes. Yep.
See, that's why I'm confused. You just used the word light and the word moon in the same sentence. That's very confusing.
Well, the moon wells give off light.
Yes.
Physical light.
Hence why I was confused.
I'm a little fuzzier on the two. I've had friends. I had a friend who was a paladin. He gave me this prayer book. And I see merits in both. So.
I see. Well, also, it's additionally confusing because, wolves see the moon as the main symbol of light rather than the sun. And then there's also Goldrin, and yes. But I think I get the gist now.
Well, I mean, we sort of do. We review the moon, obviously, so we have that in common. Look, it's. I'm kind of on the lower end of priesthood, and it's very confusing. I didn't stay long enough to learn all of the things. And like I said, no prayer book, nothing to take with you to learn. Continue forward. Just sort of have to pray, and sometimes you get enlightenment, and sometimes you get weird dreams.
Did you get one of those weird dreams recently, perhaps?
Yes.
So it wasn't helpful?
Well, I mean, she kind of said she's there for me.
Aha! I knew it!
Yes.
This is perfect.
Still the issue of not being able to choose my destiny, but sure. Yep. Not alone, I suppose. This is getting depressing. Do you have any parchment?
Depressing? Why is this depressing? Also, I don't think I have parchment. Everyone in the pack has a role to play, even if you don't get to choose your destiny. You can still be an important member. Right, Siegfried?
And some of us in our destiny is apparently to chase bulls. I'm gonna go find parchment.
How long does your ball last?
I can just create little items. Items that aren't. I just create them.
What can the little items be made out of?
They're just fragile material. They're not sturdy at all. They're just they're off.
Gold's pretty fragile.
I don't think if the spell worked that way, more people would have it. So I'd be I make gold coins.
Yeah, they last forever. I see no problem with this.
Let me see what this is say. You create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit in your hand, and that lasts until the end of your next turn. I guess it's not. Yeah.
So the ball is gone. Where's the
Well,
ball?
that's
Where's the ball?
unfortunate.
I want the ball. Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
It's like a laser pointer. It's a ball that continually appears and disappears.
And then this time, as I create the ball, I flavor it the flavor of bacon, and I throw it across the room. And then I go downstairs, and I'm gonna go look for some parchment and ink, because I don't think I have any in my inventory.
So that means he could eat an infinite number of bacon-flavored treats and never gain any weight because it would just disappear after he swallowed it.
But there's also no nutritional value there either.
Well, yeah, they don't care about nutritional value.
Okay, it's made out of arcane.
I know how we. can make money. You can be a diet aid. You can be like, here, I'll just create this little piece of ball that tastes like a cake, and you can eat it
For 6
as much as you
seconds.
want. Who needs to create goals when you can create calorie-free food?
Which spell was that, Zeri?
That was prestidigitation that creates the ball.
Okay.
Now, your ideas, I think, while entertaining, might get us into trouble. Are you coming downstairs with me?
Yep.
Okay. We need to find some parchment ink. I need to write 2 ledgers. I want to write. I have a friend, actually, who's in Dalaran, who might know a thing or 2 about these portals, or maybe how to figure out where they go to.
That ball tasted like bacon, but now tastes... Siegfried now follows you with his tongue hanging out of his mouth and his mouth wide open, just kind of like...
I make his tongue taste like bacon. So he just has bacon flavor in his mouth.
Oh, you said you made his tongue taste like bacon.
Yeah,
No, Siegfried, don't eat your tongue.
He doesn't eat his tongue. You're fine now. If there was ever a time for that 20, Siegfried is not dead.
It's
Okay.
just like his taste buds, so he just has to taste the bacon in his mouth constantly.
I'll hear that as you walk down the hall and come into the inn proper. Greetings! Did y'all have an enjoyable time? Or at least have an enjoyable night? He's asking if you had a pleasant night. Slept well.
Yes.
Yes.
I need ink and parchment.
Ink and
Beds are
parchment.
very comfortable.
And breakfast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the beds. The breakfast I can have up for you in just a moment. The ink and parchment, however, you'll have to go over to, I believe it's the general goods or the tincture store.
You're a tavern. You're telling me you don't keep records?
Not
You don't
for
have
you to
quill
take.
or a piece of paper, like you don't have any of those things.
That stuff is expensive. I'm going to keep what paper I have. I'm sorry. The
I
mayor
don't want
said.
to leave.
The mayor
I don't
said.
want to.
The mayor said to take care of food and board, and any drinks you may need. Not anything
Fine,
about
Audric
paper.
is going to the market to keep my food warm.
It'll
Okay.
take a few minutes to get. Okay. Bye.
So I head to the market, and I'm gonna go find just some ink, parchment. If I need stamps, I'll purchase those too.
I'm not that mean. Okay, so that would be. Okay, and who is the shop owner of that one?
Mana buns. Nice.
They're called mana buns. Mana buns. Yeah, no. Okay, there we go. Alright, you walk into the store. This particular store is more open air, so the door is kind of almost free-flowing, and so it opens up, but there's no real door, quote-unquote. It's more of a screen mesh or something like that, so you can easily just push it open.
Shopkeep, are you open?
Yes, I am. What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Fantastic. Do you have ink and paper?
What kind of person is this?
You walk into
Is that a
this
human's
particular-
voice?
No. This you open the door, and sitting behind a small little, literally a small little bench is a gnome, white haired.
Great night elfin of gnomes. Market. That's okay.
You're tall. What can I do for you?
Ink and parchment, please.
Ink and parchment. Any particular type, or would you like any particular magical uses or whatnot for it?
No.
Okay, then let me look.
White letters.
Oh, letter writing. Okay. He's waddled off to a corner and is now thumbing through a small drawer trying to figure out where everything is. Oh, where is that parchment? I bought a new ring last week. Where? Aha! And he pulls it out and slams it down on front of the desk in front of you, which is about knee height for you, so it might hurt your knees, but that's about it. Here you go. How many papers would you like? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 245. 2? 1, 2. Anything else?
Inkwell.
Oh, yes,
And
inkwell.
quill.
Inkwell. And a quill. Okay. They're over here. And he goes over to the other side of the shop and climbs up 3 shelves and is stretching to reach the one and finally grabs a small box and pulls it down and hops down off the store shelf and brings it over and puts it down. Which inkwell you want? And there's about 8 inkwells and about 10 quills, all different various flavors of color and whatnot.
I'll take the silver pot and the teal quill.
Alright, here you go. Anything else for you? Would you like to buy one of my specialty potions over here?
What do they do?
Well, I don't know. That's why they're specialty.
You know, that's not a very great business model.
I just tried to sell the stuff. I don't make them.
I need ink for the pot.
Okay. But there's ink right there. You need more ink?
No.
Okay.
Well, how much do I owe you?
Let's see here. The paper. Here's the one. And the quill. Ooh. That was the special one. The teal one. You gotta carry the 6. 65 copper.
I really wanted it to be a bunch of math and then be like, carry this, carry that. The total is 8 copper.
Not quite. Thank you. Would you like anything else? I've got various wares over here and various wares over here. Matter of fact, I have one of these thingies. And he pulls out a string of prayer beads and holds it up and says, I have one of these. Would you like one of these? They're prayer beads, or at least so I'm told. Apparently, if you take one and you throw it, you cast a spell. It's really cool.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, can I do an insight check?
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll insight. See here, there's an aquamarine pearl here. There's a black pearl, a topaz, and then there's a citrine, a coral, a jade, and a couple other things here. And I hear they all have different magical essences in them.
17.
17 total?
Mm-hmm.
He's upselling, but he's telling the truth.
Sounds very expensive. Made out of pearls. And they cast magic.
Where did you get and for what religion are they prayers?
I'm not sure what religion they're for. They appear to be for the light, but that's human stuff. I'm not human, so.
Obviously.
But he does have hands.
Oh yes, I do have hands.
It's important.
Yes, I have hands.
Wait, Audric, are you at the market with me?
No.
He's just talking to somebody.
I just hear him in my head now.
It would fit with this gnome, and he would talk to somebody who's not there.
I hear Audric in my head.
That was my skull of telepathy.
How much for those?
It'd be 2,500 gold. I told you to cast magic, and there's more. You can do more than just one spell. You don't need to be able to cast magic.
That is the most ridiculous number I've ever heard in my entire life. And I've heard some ridiculous numbers. I've been to Dalaran.
Let's see here. Oh, he takes one of the pearls off. Don't worry, it'll grow back. It's weird. I tested it a couple days. And he slaps it on your forehead.
Do I get to dodge?
You can if you so
Then
desire.
you won't see the magic.
I'm totally done. Don't put any things on my forehead. No.
Okay, and in that case, it's going to be an attack roll. How much was his stats? That'd be a 14 to hit.
My AC is 14.
Okay, so it hits. Let me see what spell that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one did he actually pull out? Oh, okay, good. The one I was thinking of. Okay. As he slaps your head, he says, "What would you like to have blessed?"
What? What? Blessed what?
Let's see here. Let me pull up the spell, because it's like... Oh, I passed it, didn't I? Bless, there it is. Okay, yeah. Yep, you are now blessed. As in somebody cast a second level, let me see, make sure.
Second level blessed, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
second level bless.
Thank you. I'm not really sure what you're trying to accomplish here. There's no way I can afford that.
Well,
I'm a priestess. We don't carry a lot of coin on us.
well, then you're going to have to pay me for the pearl.
No, I didn't ask you for the pearl. Didn't want the pearl. Don't really appreciate things being thrown on me.
Stuffy night elf, go away.
Stuffy, I'll have you know, I haven't done any. I have held my tongue for many things, many things I've wanted to say to you here since I went in here. And you just come in here, and not only are you like trying to upcharge me for ink and paper, but now you're trying to sell me a thing that I obviously can't afford, and then you're throwing things at me and telling me that I have to pay for them now?
He takes a small basket off the counter and puts it behind the underneath it.
How do you make money, sir? Do people come in here?
Most of them come in for those particular potions right there that I just took off the counter.
Who would buy a potion they don't know what it does? That is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard of.
Because it's the red liquid. Everybody knows what the red liquid does.
Well, apparently you don't.
Well, fine. I won't sell you any. Besides, the demon hunter was nicer than you.
I think you're just both crazy. That's probably what's going on.
Is he the alchemist? I thought this was the general store.
He's got potions too.
Hmm.
General store sells them as well.
I think you're failing at your mission of trying to teach etiquette to the townspeople.
He's unteachable.
You're setting a bad example.
Well then, if you don't want to have or any of my particular wares, the parchment and the paper, the quill, all this stuff, you've already paid for it.
I don't have any copper. I just have gold pieces. So I don't want to pay a gold for this copper, this stuff. So what other things can you have? And let's just get up to a gold.
What other stuff do I have? Okay. Well, you're obviously too cheap for that. He turns around and he's starting to look at some of his wares, and he points at his staff, and it's like, no, not that one.
You realize that priests do things for charity work, right? It's not that we're cheap. We don't make money. It's like our whole deal.
I think the parchment is probably the cheapest thing he's got. Then he points over to the potions and goes, those are my other cheapest things.
What? What other things? What was in that basket you moved?
The basket had some of my potions. And he pulls the basket back out and pulls out one of the potions. It's got a label on it, by the way. He just hasn't read it.
I look at the labels.
Roll a 1d3, please. See which one you pull up. Ooh.
2.
3. This one, it says Potion of Resistance. A nice calligraphy on it, and it has a nice little saying of poison on it.
How much is the poison resist potion?
That one? That one is going to be 200 gold.
I just want enough. You know what?
Just
There's a
ask for
couple-
change.
There's a couple others in there. Casual glancing at them, you can tell one says greater healing, the other one says lesser healing as well.
Do you have a nice journal? I won't buy the. Let's just put the 2 parchment aside. Do you just have a nice leather-bound journal that gets to close to a gold piece? Or do you have change for a gold piece? Maybe I should have asked you that first.
I have this nice leather one, and he pulls up a finely crafted leather journal. It appears to be like the really good leather, like really, really, really good. Shush, Kylar. But it is appears to be calf skin or something very supple, very nice feeling leather, and as you flip through it, you notice there's actual gold gilding on it, and he's gonna zero your balance out at 2 gold.
Really? You couldn't. Sure, that's.
If you wish to haggle. If you wish to
This
haggle,
journal for 2 gold, that's amazing. Curiosity had to pay like 20 gold for his book / journal. He had to upgrade to that after keeping slabs of paper between 2 sheets of rock that he bound together with twine, because the GM is like, oh, these books are really expensive. And now you get a gold gilded book for 2 gold. What is this?
It's not just a gold gilded book. It is some of the best leather as well. It's also some of the best leather out there. It's very, very, very nice to feel. It's not the cheapest thing in there. It's definitely... Why it's doing here, you don't know, but he's selling it for roughly 2 gold. The value of it would probably be closer to about Probably closer to 50 at minimum.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted. So I will take that. I will take the ink.
It's probably cursed.
Probably is. I'll take it.
Alright, here you go. Come back and see me!
Elune's blessings be upon you. Take my stuff, and I go back to the inn.
Okay. You head back to the inn, and after being incensed by the gnome,
I come back. Did you get the food?
the waitress or the servant girl waitress is just coming out with food, and the steam is boiling off of it, and it looks really good, really fresh. Just came off the griddle, basically. Lays it down before both of you. There you go. Anything else I can do for you?
This looks delicious. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I would say I made it myself, but actually it was John back there.
Who cares?
What's got her knickers in an uproar?
Huh?
I don't know.
All right.
Market.
I just am like eating food. Oh, so did you find parchment and stuff like you were looking for?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I assume you guys are going back to your original table.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. No, you're not supposed to be doing
I do a
that.
nosedive off a chair.
And Kaisiara is currently not there. So.
I eat my food and I just start writing angrily. Just like furiously writing through the notes. Like praise, I'm going to do this. I'm going to teach them etiquette. Yeah, but like that's gonna be
I just feed Siegfried some of my food.
Oh, Master, thank you. Lots of food. Lots of good, tasty food from Master. Yum, 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 yum.
So I'm gonna write one letter
Okay.
to my mother, and I'm gonna write her asking, after I greet her and say I'm fine, everything's great, and how are you, and blah blah blah, etc. And then I'm gonna ask her if she knows where Torande is, if she can find a message that if she does, if she can somehow get a message to Torande, that I need to speak with her.
Okay.
And then the second letter. Oh, and of course, tell her to send it to New Lordaeron.
Okay.
And the second letter I write to Anuli, and I send him greetings and ask him how he's doing, and then I ask him if he knows if there's any way to trace arcane portals and where they go, and I go into detail about what happened in the cave.
Okay. Is that all you do? Lots of clickety clacketing over there. Okay.
Oh, and also tell him.
Trying to catch up on my notes.
I also tell him to send his letter to New Lord Ron.
Okay.
I was going to catch up on my notes while she was interacting with the gnome, but then I was very distracted. I did not catch up on my note writing.
Okay. It's alright. Once you're done with your notes, I need one of you to give me an investigation check. Not for you, but whichever one of you has the highest bonus. Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Minus +1.
Mine's +2.
Okay. Just 2. With advantage, so.
Okay, 15 plus 2, that's 17.
Okay. That tells me that. Coolio.
And then when I'm done, I pack up the inkwell, the quill. I take the golden journal. I shake my head. And then I wrap that up super well because it's a super expensive journal apparently. And pack it away. Alright. I have 2 letters, one to my mother and one to my friend in Dalaran. We should be able to deliver this via Griffin, and hopefully we'll get responses.
Perfect. Thanks for your help.
Of course. Happy to help you.
So now what do you think we should do?
Not spend time in this place. Interact with these people as little as possible.
So you don't want to try to have etiquette lessons?
You know, I don't think there's going to be a lot of teaching. I think, maybe I just need to practice patience for myself.
That could probably also work. Well, let's go to the Demon Hunter camp and see if we can talk to this guy who likes reading books and might know more about portals.
You know, I've slept since then. What guy?
One of the Demon Hunters, I didn't catch his name.
Oh, I didn't know.
Kazier said a lot of names, I didn't really catch them. I recognize people more on them as people and their sense than their names, so I wasn't really catching any of the names he was saying.
I didn't really either. Also didn't know that they read or liked reading.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I don't know how they read with blindfolds.
I know, it's like a little... All with the smoke coming out of their eyes. Like, how do they see?
I don't know, could you see when you put that blindfold on?
No, but could you tell?
No.
Mission accomplished then. I really didn't want him to know that I couldn't see. So if you couldn't notice, then I'm sure he was fooled as well. Don't ruin this by countering my point. Just agree with me.
Yep.
Okay, let's go for it then.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright.
Oh, just a quick warning. Don't buy anything here. Don't go to the market. Don't talk to the gnome, and don't do anything with that. You'll just get a headache.
Sounds good.
Onward.
Alright. Y'all exit out the tavern and head towards the Demon Hunter camp out on the other side of the bridge. And as you cross, the sun just begins to peek over in a high noon, kind of closer to 11, almost 12, getting really close to 12, and that's where we'll end it for tonight. No cliffhanger, no nothing. so to say.
It sounded like there was going to be a cliffhanger. And as you're crossing this area over here, suddenly something happens.
Not this time.
The sky is at about 11 o'clock in the sky, and suddenly it plummets towards the earth. A
Yeah,
giant
the moon
tsunami
turns
of
green.
fire, sun energy comes rushing towards the town.
Why us?
Nope, not this time. Kind of peaceful. Nice session, and everyone. Nicely done, all. Those of you who joined the stream. Okay, go ahead.
Wait. I didn't roll my d4 for my cool points.
Yep. I was waiting for you both to do that.
I did. I got 3.
Okay.
I got 3 too.
Nice.
Perfect.
So with that, with new favors in hand and blessings of deities and masters and teachers all aboard, Siegfried happily follows you as you cross the bridge outside of Menethil Harbor, and we're going to close for tonight. Stream, thank you for joining us in. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you had a fun night at least. Had a lot of nice little role play. Got a couple of things that I wanted done as well. So we'll see what happens. Next week could be interesting. I'll leave that to y'all. Y'all have a good night and God bless.